Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today I'm so excited to show you this because this might become my maybe my main deck for the next month. I could try to cog with this because it is so cool. So now that you're seeing this, it should be already March, so the new Duel Links season should have started, but now that I'm recording instead, it is still the last day of February, so as you will see, the replays are taken from the King of Games rank. And I had some crazy duels, but this idea actually pumped me so much because I don't know if any of you remembers, but we had a UR Dream ticket that was about to expire by the end of January, and I used that ticket, but I didn't tell you on what. And you're gonna actually discover right now which cards I took with that ticket. Before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoyed the content, of course, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with Marek with these insane deck lists. So we have MONARCHs. Now, the best thing is not to play Monarch with the Burning Abyss. I think it's an idea that already was on the ladder, actually maybe on internet. I thought there should be someone that already do this, so it's not something special. If I'm not wrong, it was Luke Tyler that made something with it like this, with a 30 card version, so of course go check that as well if you like to play 30 cards. But as you know, guys, I'm a fan of 20 cards deck, and with my ticket, with my UR Dream ticket, I took this guy. SIMORGH of Darkness is just the perfect, in one copy, it's just the perfect card to add to a deck like this. So, but actually, let's just go let's go in order. So let's begin with the skill. Duel Sense high level, so of course you do not have to use Marek, you can use any character you want. Why Duel Sense high level? Because you wanna draw either your Erebus or your SIMORGH of Darkness, just in case you didn't mill them to the graveyard, because of course thanks to Dante we're gonna mill a lot of cards. That actually is something good for us, why? Because if we mill the SIMORGH of Darkness, that's fine, because it's like having it in our hand. Actually, it is even better to have in our graveyard. Why? Because when it's in the graveyard and you tribute summon a Dark Wind monster, you can Spirit Summon this guy back. And also, even if it's in the graveyard, so actually you do not want to have it in your hand. But you can Special Summon hit also if it is in your hand, keep in mind that. And the second thing is that we have a fix. This is what fixes the deck if we talk about back rows, because of course one of the main problems of this deck is that when you go into Dante or your Virgil, the problem is that you're gonna have you're exposed to back rows, and we need something to negate that. Boom! Instead of playing the usual Mystical Space Typhoon, Cosmic Cyclone, just have something that recycles itself, that can negate the effect of spell and trap cards and can special summon itself back on the field. SIMORGH of Darkness. So, because this guy, when a spell or trap card is activated in both turns, even yours and your opponent's, you can tribute himself, because it is the only winged beast you have, because this counts as a wind as well. You negate the activation and destroy that card. So you can just keep on doing this. You have this guy, you use its effect, you tribute, negate, and then next turn you can summon your Erebus once again. You tribute summon your Erebus, and you can special summon the SIMORGH back again on the field. And you can tell me, but you only have 2 Erebus, so only 2 tribute summon. That's wrong, because Erebus is an insane effect. A pack that has an insane effect when it is summoned. You can just send 2 Monarch spell trap cards with different names to the graveyard, and you shuffle a card from your one card of your choice. You can choose from their hand, from your opponent's hand, your opponent's field, or your opponent's graveyard, and you shuffle that. This effect does not target, so we're not talking about like one of the best non-targeting removal. But the second effect is that if this card is in the graveyard, you can discard one Monarch spell trap card to add these Erebus back to your hand. So this is an infinite loop that does not end, that can't end. And you can also say that we only play 6 trap cards for the Monarch cards, right? The point is that this Prime Monarch, when it's activated and face up on the field, you can use its effect. You can target 2 Monarch spell trap cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck and draw 1 card, so your resources can be endless. And then for the rest we have of course this guy that can actually help us summon the Erebus or the SIMORGH from our hand, because he can count as double tribute just in case we do not have a couple of Burning Abyss. And for the rest of the deck we have of course some Burning Abyss, we have the Skarm to let us search, we have triple Seer to special summon from the grave, we have double Farfar is enough to remove. I mean, it's not that needed because we have plenty of effects to remove. And then we've got triple Rubich because I do really love Virgil. That's why I want to have triple Tuna. Then just a couple of course, the triple trap card for the Monarch side, and we're done. I forgot to tell you what Duel Sense High Level does. Simply, every time you lose 1,000 life points, you can activate the skill, and in your draw phase, you're gonna draw a level 5 or higher monster. So actually, your choice is among these 3 guys. So guys, and actually last thing, extra deck, we've got double Virgil, double Dante, and these guys. I mean, I always use Alucard and the Nightmare Shock. I happen to use these guys. This is really a really good turn 1 play because this guy can actually detach and pop a monster that he battles with. But also guys, you can find yourself a lot of times with 2 level 8 on the field. So you might take into account the chance to play a rank 8 Xyz monster. I mean, we could play the Overlord of Heliopolis, but I don't know if that's the case. Do we have something better like level 8, rank 8 Xyz? We could play this guy, but I don't think it's that needed. Or we can play the Zombie Stein, in the truth, because these guys are dark. This is for Dragon. Honestly, there's nothing really worth it. Like, you do want to have your SIMORGH of Darkness on the field because you want to negate the trap cards, the spell and trap cards. So that's why I ended up with this guy. So guys, that was all for the explanation. Stay tuned to the replays because they are freaking insane. Let's go. Here we go, my boys. Here was it this was the 4th win in a row. Let's see what we've got. Actually, when you have your SIMORGH of Darkness in your hand, that's not, you know, the best thing, just because you want to have it in your graveyard. You want to have something different in your hand. So it's got, as you can see, we have an Abyss Actor that I actually discovered is tier 2. So it is pretty good, I guess. He's got the search paying 1,000 life points, then a set card, he's got the other pendulum skill, so I decided to go with Rubich, then summon this Skarm as a normal summon, but it's got the treasure, so I'm basically done. Also because I can't summon the other Rubich, because I can use the effect only once per turn, so I had to set my first Monarch, and with Skarm's effect I added a Seer. That was not the best move. You know why, guys? Because first Monarch in this case can be useful not only because it can be treated as a monster, but also because you can use this to discard a card, okay? And if I added my Farfa in my opponent's turn, I could have summoned this guy, make it count as a 2 tributes, and then discard the Farfa to also remove a monster from my opponent's field. So this was kind of a misplay. Why? Because even if I discard Seer, it's true that I can add special summon a monster, but the monster that I'm going to summon is gonna be dead because of course I control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster. That's the point. So keep in mind that, and of course pay attention to this. He's got the search once again. At this point he just decided to go all in because he pendulum summoned the Superstar, then the Wild Hope, and then Sealed Tombs. As you can see right here, he attacked, and luckily for me he attacked with the correct one, because attacking with this one he basically wasted his OTK opportunity. I could go with my the first Monarch, and then only 3600 damage. At this point I used my skill, and the only thing I can draw is of course the Erebus. So I've got the Erebus right here, then Rubik's effect to special summon. Keep in mind that I cannot special summon from the grave, so Seer can be special summoned, I do not care about that. Special summon Seer. Now I've got a couple of monsters to tribute. Erebus is here and is top tier. It's got the Forbidden Chalice. That is fine because I still have lethal. I can summon the SIMORGH of Darkness from my hand. At this point I have more than lethal because I can just attack a couple of his monsters. He's got 2k life points because he paid 2 times for the Mallow Madonna's effect. And that's how you do it. So it's not only for the negation, but just because you basically put on the field a couple of big boys that have almost 3k attack. There you go. Here we go. This was the previous duel, of course, because I was on a 3-win streak, on a 2-win streak right here. So it's me to begin. I just went with Farfa, then normal summon this Karma to make me add, of course, something in the end phase. I milled 3, and as you can see right here, I milled an Erebus. I also have a Monarch card in my hand, so I can basically have an Erebus in my hand. This was like searching Erebus. We've got Dante's effect to mill once again, and I also happened to mill the SIMORGH of Darkness. This is exactly the scenario you want to see. Now I've got the effect of Erebus to discard the Prime Monarch and add him back to my hand. Also the effect of Farfa to banish that card. Then special summon of Skarm, special summon of Seer right here. Tribute both to go into Erebus. At this point, SIMORGH of Darkness comes in play. He's got Rock Bombardment that actually won't do nothing for him. SIMORGH is here. He can just flip down my Erebus, but I still have my Dante that can be taken in attack position. At this point I can just stack with double with both these guys, and that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys. We've got a balanced player. Let's see what he's got. He's him to begin, and he's got Stellar Knights, but he's not now. I remember playing balance with Stellar Knights, with Unukalai, but now that balance does not let you activate monsters effect in the first main phase. It is not a good option anymore. You can't play Stellar Knights in that way, in my opinion. So it's got a couple of set cards. As you can see, we have a pretty good hand. As you can see right here, we've got the Rubik's summon, then Skarm. I went into a directly Erebus effect to shuffle a card. It's got Fiendish Chain though, but my SIMORGH of Darkness can still come on the field, as you can see right here. So at this point I can just attack. He's got the Sky Bridge, and I decided to negate that. Honestly, I didn't want him to bring anything from the deck. Basically, of course, he would have summoned a Deneb, so I decided to stop that because he cannot go over my Erebus. I put that in defense just because I wanted him to pop this so that I can recycle him, but he did not fall into the trap, so I can just wait at this point. Also, you know, there's no really point because he's not, he's not an ATK deck, so we can actually be chilling. He's got the Batleyamus, then directly into Triver to make everything come back to hand. So Erebus comes back to my hand, but it's Fiendish Chain as well, so we have to be careful about that. He used the skill to actually pop the Prime Monarch, but that's fine. At this point I have the same play once again. So Rubik's summon, then Farfa special summon. At this point I decided to go with the Synchro summon because I want him to waste his back row. So we have the Virgil summon right here, use the effect to discard the Seer, and now we're not in such a bad spot. You know why? Because of course it's gonna use the effect of Stellar Nova Alpha, but we're gonna draw a card for Virgil, and we're gonna have another monster on the field because of the effect of Seer, so we're good. There you go, Virgil to let us draw a card, and Seer to special summon. I actually decided to go with Skarm because I want to have a search in the end phase. It's got the Triggers effect to summon the Altair to bring back the Unukalai. That's gonna send a Deneb to the graveyard. At this point I just draw another Skarm, so I can special summon him, go into Erebus this time effect once again, but he still has the Fiendish Chain, so deja vu right here. But at this point we still have the SIMORGH. I can just start attacking at this point, and let's see if he has something else. He's got another Altair to bring back the Deneb, so this can be a problem right now because now he's got triple monsters on the field. he sees someone, it decides to go into Deltas to start popping my monsters. So first one, the SIMORGH, and then he needs to pop the other one, of course. And I draw the first Monarch right here, that's fine. He's got Deltas once again to pop the back row though. At this point, I used the skill that was already available to draw my Erebus, and keep in mind that Erebus can be tribute summoned by tributing a tribute summoned monster. So that was pretty nice. Erebus is here once again, SIMORGH as well, but he's got another Fiendish Chain, that's insane. So no effect by my Erebus is still there, I can just attack the Deltaros, and at this point I just find out that he's got Deneb and no more monsters, so he's got anything else right here, so he's just done because he has no more resources. I can just keep on attacking. As you can see, he's got the Vega summon, so this actually let me know that he has a Stellar Nova Alpha right there, but that won't be nothing because he already has a Cyrus in the graveyard, so I can just keep on attacking at this point, and he just surrendered. There was nothing he could do. He was stuck because he had the Stellar Nova Alpha on the field, the double Fiendish Chain, so he could do anything else. That's how you do it. There you go. Last but not least, again on a 3-win streak, this was the 4th one. He's got Power of Dark. Let's see what we've got. He's got, I've got Rubich to begin with, then the Seer Summon to go directly into Dante. As you can see right here, Dante using the effect to mill, using the effect of Seer to bring back the Farfa on the field, and then Skarm in the end phase to let me have another Seer, so we had in a pretty good spot. We had a lot of interruption, and it turns out it is a Triamid deck. So Triamid to go with all this stuff, of course, with the Cruiser sending back to the graveyard. You can add, of course, the Sphinx to his end. He's already got the King Golem on the field, so I can activate anything during the battle phase, so no Farfa's effect. I used the effect of Dante once again. I finally mailed an Erebus, but no sign of SIMORGH, as you can see right here. So Rubich is here once again. At this time I added my Erebus back to my hand, then Tribute Summon into Erebus effect that can actually shuffle cards from the field of the deck. Also Farfa to banish the Triamid Master. Dante to recycle a monster to my hand, but keep in mind that as long as Erebus is on the field, I cannot special summon this guy because this guy just get destroyed. So I shuffle the Triamid back to the deck, and then I can just start attacking. Of course, now you can basically suicide into Erebus and summon the Sphinx, so I'm not in a good spot. He's got the Master's effect to pop the back row. I activated that in response, but it was of course useless. He's got Monster Reborn. So now we know that the only card in his hand is the Sphinx. So you think he has lethal, but as soon as he entered the battle phase, the Prime Monarch effect to banish another spell trap card from the graveyard and summon another guy. So we can be safe from this. So of course he's got the Triamid Sphinx, and he did not pop the Prime Monarch. Why? Because if he pops the actually he couldn't. But I'm still actually I'm locked into only this guy because I cannot summon my guys right here. So he reboots again to be recycled, as you can see right here, but I cannot special summon the Burning Abyss monsters. He's got the change of the field spell, then he's got again the battle. At this point, you can just attack my Skarm. I did not get the search because I have no more Burning Abyss monster in the graveyard, so it actually started to scare me. I actually thought I was about to lose this because now he didn't do anything, of course, because of the Prime Monarch. Then he's got the Triamid Hunter. At this point, I just decided to go into the other protection, otherwise I would have lost. He's got the Forbidden Chalice. I don't know why, honestly. In fact, he regretted it and didn't attack because he knew that he had to keep me locked into these guys on the field. So again, he keeps on changing his field spell. This was a very tough duel, honestly. Then he popped the Sat monster. He decided to attack at this point. With the Triamid King Golem. At this point he can just attack. He's got the effect to boost up his guys, and before the battle phase I decided to play my last card, the Prime Monarch once again. He attacked. At this point he just decided to go all in, but it's not enough because of course 1600 is not lethal. This point 2 cards, but still not SIMORGH of Darkness. I was playing also Crane is built with less Farfa or less Rubich, if I'm correct. So Crane right here to summon the Rubich, synchro summon into Virgil. So Virgil right here to make the Sphinx come back to the deck, then recycling the Farfa, then another special summon. At this point they just attacked, and I don't think he has something to do right here, because now even if he takes out Virgil, I can still do something else. He just summoned that guy. Not the best thing though, because keep in mind now, even if I summon my Erebus, I have nothing to send to the graveyard, so I have no effect right there. So another Crane, this time to go, and also with the effect of Farfa to banish a monster from my opponent's side of the field. Boom, Ghastly Call card to get rid of the Sat card. He's got the enemy controller to put the Vigil in defense. Not the best move, so this misplay cost him the duel, as you can see right here, but I could still have tripped some, keep in mind that. So guys, that was all for today's video. So keep in mind that this last duel was for on a previous version of the deck list. The optimized one is the one that you saw during the deck list breakdown. Of course guys, if you have some questions, feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.